here. Ms. Phillips is at another event right now, so she asked me to introduce things here. And I was like, oh, you gave me a chance to say things about these kids? You got it. So I wrote a little something because I know a lot of you watch your students, your children practicing and working, but getting to see what's been happening here, like as these kids put the time in, has been amazing. So I just want, first of all, thank you for supporting your students in this work. This program is thriving in a big way at Aston Elementary. The membership in the band is way up. They did a concert today. Third graders who want to join band, like 90% of them raise their hands. Because they're looking at what's happening on stage and it's amazing. And just know your kids are gaining way more than just the knowledge of playing an instrument. Everything we know about learning musical instruments has taught us that it contributes to improvement in memory, concentration, language skills, all of it. Playing an instrument has also been shown to improve creativity, confidence, and general mental health and well-being. So what these kids are doing here is much more than just putting notes together into an instrument. They're really building the skills they need for life. And I thank you so much for putting the time in. I was a kid who was a musician. I was a kid whose parents forced to practice while I cried and screamed and said I want to go outside. They said, no, you have to practice. It was worth it. It's a wonderful thing. So I got to tell you, it makes me so happy to see this program. I've been here for 26 years, and I can assure you that the culture that Mr. Ratchkow is building here is something unique and special. What you're going to hear is just a small piece of the positive things. Your students are coming in regularly during their recess time to put in extra time practicing. I see them in the band room working on pieces and side by side and supporting each other and cheering each other on. They are an outstanding group of students. So please just know that your support of your kids' musical efforts is super valuable. Thank you again for supporting this program. I hope you can sit back and enjoy the show. There are some truly wonderful kids up there.
Good evening, everyone. It's my pleasure to welcome you to our grand concert. We have been working hard on an entertaining show today. This performance will feature the 4th grade B band and the 5th grade A band. First, the B band will perform a Mozart melody. This song is originally a French folk song made popular by the famous composer Mozart. The same melody used in Twinkle Twinkle Baba Banshees of the alphabet song. Skip to My Way. This folk song is known to have spread through the American frontier as a children's theme song. This melody has no permanent lyrics. The words to the song can be made up each time it's performed.
Thank you very much for your applause. We will now have our small group performances.
These songs were very outside the very class.
Good evening, everybody. Thank you so much for coming out to the Aston Elementary School tonight. Looks like it's a packed house. I'm so happy to make music with everybody tonight. Let's give a round of applause for all of our performers on stage. Great, so we just heard some awesome solo tunes. All of those tunes were prepared outside of band class. They're prepared either at recess or maybe at home. The students have sacrificed some time to put that together, and it's something they appreciated. We're going to keep things moving here, but I would like to say some thank yous. So the first thank you I'd always like to make is our custodial staff. They set up every single one of these seats from the time the school got out to the time we just started our concert. So thank you so much to the custodial staff. I would also like to say thank you to the principal, Ms. Sue Phillips, the superintendent, Dr. Steinhoff, and our assistant superintendent, Dr. Kaminka. They've really supported the music education that goes on here, and they're the ones that allow me to have this band. So thank you so much to them. Let's have a round of applause for them. It's very deserving to thank all the teachers that we have here at Aston Elementary School. So these students receive 4 years of excellent instruction in not just general music, but also math, English, reading, science, writing, all of those things. And I'm fortunate to have that as a baseline before they ever start to learn music with me. So thank you to the Aston Elementary teachers. And thank you so much to the parents. You guys are the ones who rent the instruments and bring these students to school in the morning. We do not have any more morning bands. We can be thankful for that. But thank you to you guys, the parents. You guys are the major stakeholders in this investment here. Thank you so much. All right, we're going to keep things going here. So we're going to move on. Let's have our last piece of the B band before we introduce the A band.
Our final selection tonight is Popcorn Prelude. In Popcorn Prelude, you will see that each instrument section has a moment to pop up and play solo.
We have worked our hardest on the song, and we hope you enjoy it.
Dear audience, thank you for listening to our band. We hope to see you at a concert again soon. Please stay in your seats for the 5th grade A band who have prepared a wonderful second act.
Great, so I'd like to talk about why we are here tonight. So tonight happens to be the very last concert of our A-band students. So we are saying farewell to our A-band students. We're moving on to 6th grade band. And this act is actually our very first concert for the B-band. So this is, although they're very proficient musicians, this is the first time they've ever taken the stage as a band. So it's kind of a bittersweet moment to have the A-band going away, but we can be excited for the B-band and we can be grateful for the work that we have put in to bring these students to band and the work that the students have done to come together as a band. We have another awesome second half prepared for you, and I'm excited to get started. I told you they do such a good job getting the stage set up, even all on their own sometimes.
Good evening, everyone. It is my pleasure to welcome you to the afternoon breakfast. It's my pleasure to welcome you to our A-band conference.
We're now kicking off the second half of the Aston A band.
The first song the band will perform is the Star Spangled Banner.
We will be performing this song at the Blue Rocks baseball game. The Star Spangled Banner has been America's national anthem since the year 1931. Our next piece will be Slideways by Timothy Lewis. This song is described as a musical pat on the back. It should sound funny or humorous. Our wonderful trombone section just nodded with featured in song.
Thank you very much for your applause. We will now perform some short tunes that students have practiced on their own at recess or after school.
fantastic. Great, so I did want to just take a second to remind everybody, let's give one more round of applause for these guys. That the students pick and that they want to play on their instrument, because sometimes it ends up being a song that you wouldn't normally hear on the clarinet, or a song that you wouldn't normally hear on the flute, just because a kid wants to learn it. I think that's awesome. So I wanted to remind everybody that we are always looking for more people to join the band. It's my dream that someday every single kid at school feels like they are welcome in the band. So we just started recruiting for the 3rd grade. I sent a flyer home to everybody. We're also going to have a summer camp for returning members. So for 4th and 5th graders, anybody can participate in the summer camp, 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade. We're going to keep things rolling here. So we're going to play our last song of the entire concert. One more round of applause. I'll get ready. One more time.
The final selection tonight is Overload.
You will hear our band play both classical and rock style songs.
Composed by Brad Chenier, this song is a mashup combining Overjoy and Louie Louie.
This is the band's favorite song.
Fantastic. We have a couple more speakers. Let's get Colton and Sean up here, Ryan and Jimmy.
Thank you for attending the final band concert of the year.
We hope you enjoyed the show.
Thank you all for attending the final band concert of the year. We hope you enjoyed the show. Let's have one more round of applause for our wonderful.
So, thank you, Mr. Ram, for standing in for me. One of our students received an award. So Mr. Ram did a great job. Hi, Ms. Phillips. Also, I have to say this. Brad Shaner, the person who arranged that last number, I personally knew him. He was an amazing band director in the Upper Darby School District, and he passed away from cancer many years ago. I worked with him, drove him to school while he was going through treatment. So the fact that they did that arrangement and did it so well, that just means so much. Great job. Round of applause for our band members. Mr. Roscoe. What an amazing job. A little gift from the band. What an amazing job he's done in just 1 year in growing the numbers and getting the students to practice. And I know Mr. Bion said it, but come in and do it, give up their recess. Parents, thank you for getting them here for all of the early morning rehearsals and putting up with all of the practice. I know that at first it sounds a little rough, but they came a long way. So thank you so much, everybody. Ms. Lee for setting us up, Mr. Ram for playing and for stepping in, and our 4th and 5th grade A&B band. Great job, everyone.